What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me for this reaction. Today is SpongeBob versus Aquaman. Now, I actually watched the Super Friends cartoon back in the day. I also watched the Justice League cartoon, so I'm familiar with Aquaman, even though I'm not the biggest fan. I'm familiar with SpongeBob. I never watched his cartoon. I didn't even know he was a fighter, so I'm going to have to go with Aquaman. He's the king of the seas, but I'm excited to see what we're in for. Let's go! Death battle!
SpongeBob SquarePants, Nickelodeon's #1 nautical nincompoop.
Aquaman, the thalassic third wheel of the Super Friends. Thalassic means ocean. I looked it up.
The infinite ink-black depths of the seven seas are home to any number of terrifying, awe-inspiring creatures.
They're also home to these two losers. Though when it comes to cartoon characters, there's always more hidden beneath the waves. That's right, we're
call them both
prioritizing the
losers.
cartoons for maximum tune force shenanigans. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Sup, y'all?
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Death battle!
The year was 1946. The former allies of World War II were engaged in a Cold War between capitalist West and communist East.
The United States changed history forever with the introduction of the atomic bomb, a weapon of unparalleled nuclear devastation.
One of their most popular test spots, the site of 23 separate detonations over the course
wanna
of
see what this
12
has to
years
do
for
with
a total
Aquaman
fission
and
yield of
SpongeBob.
42.2 megatons, was Bikini Atoll in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
The results were ecological devastation and perhaps something more. Deep beneath the atoll, the fauna began to change. They evolved, becoming sentient, forming language, technology, and society. This Bikini Bottom organized into a monarchy under the god King Neptune. It developed a free market economy and a thriving artistic culture.
Even the simplest underwater creatures became capable of complex thought, including the very first multicellular organism to be categorized as part of the animal kingdom, the sea sponge.
And one sponge in particular, the greatest among them, lives in a pineapple under the sea. Oh!
Really?
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, I wanted to sing
This
the
is legit.
song.
I don't know about greatest. SpongeBob may headline one of the most popular children's cartoons of all time, but he's a total dork. He's a painfully naive man-child whose only ambition in life is to continue his minimum wage job as a fry cook at the Krusty Krab.
Really sounding like a
Krusty
Squidward there,
Krab.
Wiz. And no one wants to be a Squidward. Sponge Robert might not have the flashiest life,
Sponge
but
Robert?
he's happy. And that's what matters, ain't it?
Not in Death Battle, it doesn't. SpongeBob is routinely physically incapable of even the most basic tasks. Almost like anti-Toon Force.
Cleans his
He's the
underwear.
biggest wimp in town. Like the time he failed to lift a glass of lemonade, or the time a school bully gave him diarrhea, or the time he effortlessly rotated the entire planet. Huh.
Oh, we're in for some shit now, aren't we? Despite being a real sea creature, SpongeBob is more like a kitchen sponge. Absorbent and yellow and porous is he after all. He can stretch and shapeshift his body any way he likes, duplicate
Oh,
himself
interesting.
through asexual reproduction, and absorb immense amounts of liquid. Wouldn't he always be full, though?
From an entire lagoon to
Being underwater,
God,
yeah.
enough water to replace the moon?
Oh, and for some reason he has an
What?
insane healing factor. He survived being torn in half, vaporized, having his soul removed from his body, and literally being unraveled out of existence. Okay, I think we're good. We can just end the rundown here.
No, I need to see how deep this rabbit hole goes. Perhaps
There's
his
more?
most mind-bending ability is his control over bubbles. No, stay with me. This is unbelievable. Like a soapy Green Lantern ring, his bubbles can become anything
Green
he
Lantern.
wishes, from guided cruise missiles to sentient life and entire bubble societies.
That's crazy,
a pretty
man.
similar effect to his magic pencil, which can draw anything he wants into existence and erase it from reality just as easily. The pencil was so
SpongeBob is gonna
powerful,
win.
SpongeBob sent it back to the surface where it belonged. But in later seasons, he still just has it for some reason.
And finished. I call him Doodle Whiz. Whiz, he's just like you. But I made him with a pencil.
I'm calling the police.
Even the mundane becomes godlike in SpongeBob's yellow hands, like his
His eyes?
leaf blower, which hoovered up the entirety of Earth's oceans in seconds and then exploded on top of SpongeBob all at once.
It's estimated the entire mass of Earth's oceans is about 1.5 quintillion tons. Considering all the water refilled the planet in about 1 second, that'd be a kinetic energy of over 6,000 Yoda tons.
That's enough energy to nuke Jupiter 13 times over. And SpongeBob was completely unharmed.
His hydrodynamic spatula isn't just an impromptu bladed weapon. It's also his primary instrument to create the greatest foodstuff Bikini Bottom has ever seen. The Krabby Patty.
A burger so delicious, it's basically magic. Not only is it totally addictive, SpongeBob was romantically attracted to one. It can nullify mind control, heal wounds, and even detonate.
SpongeBob has survived nukes point blank, hugged his best friend Patrick so hard their DNA fused, can ride on the scene transitions, and once cried so hard he flooded Bikini Bottom, even though it's already underwater. Shit, he once grabbed a hold of this mysterious string and unraveled the entire universe. He literally undid the fabric of reality in seconds. What the f***?
What was that you were saying about anti-Toon Force?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure I've ever misjudged a character as severely as SpongeBob SquarePants.
Nice character arc there, Wiz. Unfortunately for Roberto, the rest of the town only saw the goofy goober on the outside. It took more than one adventure to prove himself to be a real hero. You think he ever banged that squirrel?
He's crushed Plankton's Plan Z, won the Battle of Bikini Bottom against an army of killer robots,
I have so many
even
questions.
teamed up with fellow Nickelodeon stars Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron, and Danny Phantom to save the Nicktoons multiverse.
His biggest weakness is that he's a giant, suicidally naive idiot.
And depending on the humidity of the atmosphere around him, being out of the water can dehydrate and permanently incapacitate him.
Oh, also seasonal rot. Those first 3 seasons are pure gold, but after that, oh boy. There's this one episode called Squid Baby where Squidward gets brain damaged into a giant baby and shits himself on screen.
What are you talking about?
Oh, right.
What is going on?
Trials and tribulations and Hasselhoffs aside, it wasn't until SpongeBob accepted himself for who he was that he was rewarded with the greatest boon of all. Middle management!
So if naughty nonsense be something you wish, then pray to your yellow porous god for mercy, because his whimsical laughter is the last thing you'll ever hear.
He's gonna win.
Aquaman,
like
King of the Seven Seas.
We've covered Arthur Curry on the show before, and he's actually secretly awesome.
That's right, Boomstick. But the version we're dealing with today is from the bargain bin cartoons from the 60s and 70s.
Now, you might assume that means this Aquaman is a total loser, but really, have you watched all those cartoons?
Remember, this is from the era when Superman was sneezing solar systems apart. So get ready.
Art's origin is basically the same as the Silver Age comics. Tom Curry was a humble lighthouse keeper who decided one day to fuck a fish.
He did not do that. He procreated with Atlanta, an Atlantean from the underwater city of Poseidonus, and from their union, Arthur Curry was born with magnificent aquatic abilities.
And he's the king of Atlantis, too!
Oh, wait, no. It says here that was introduced in the comics later. Here he's just
he was
some
not
guy
the king.
with magnificent aquatic abilities and a giant mutant seahorse that neighs just like a land horse.
This Aquaman comes from a time when everybody who's anybody had their own secret cave with assorted gadgets. He's got an underwater jet ski, a net, octopus ink, a water pistol, and a portable heat ray to blast right through solid ice. Not exactly mind-blowing, but you know, I'm sure we're ramping up.
We sure are. Aquaman's hybrid human Atlantean biology grants him superhuman strength and the ability to breathe underwater indefinitely and withstand the crushing depths of the ocean floor.
The pressure at the bottom of the Mariana Trench is 16,000 pounds per square inch. That's like being stepped on by 100 elephants. Which is a lot, I guess.
Aquaman is also an incredible swimmer, able to travel from Florida to Maine in under an hour. That's almost twice the speed of sound. He can create water balls and whirlpools out of thin water, and fittingly, water-based attacks are completely ineffective against him. And of course, you can't forget his aquatic telepathy.
He can talk to fish, and he can even control people's minds and give them seizures, right?
Oh, actually, that second part is also just from the comics. Cartoon Aquaman can talk to fish, which is awesome. His telepathy can reach several miles, summon hundreds of sea creatures at once, and works on anything from microscopic organisms to alien life, as long as it's aquatic alien life, of course.
But he can still mind control them, right?
Kind of. He can free them from mind control and even influence their emotional state to some degree, but besides that, there have been times when sea creatures have just ignored his commands outright.
Wiz, I'm gonna be straight with you. You haven't said anything remotely mind-blowing yet. Does this Aquaman actually suck?
Hold your seahorses. Aquaman's exploits were so world-renowned, he banded together with Earth's mightiest heroes to form a team capable of defending the planet, nay, the universe, from any threat. The Super Friends!
The Super Friends? They're like the dime store knockoff version of the Justice League.
What? No, you've got heavy hitters like Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman.
Keep going.
Flash, Green Lantern.
The Wonder Twins.
Apache Chief, Samurai, Black Vulcan, the Wonder Twins, and their pet monkey Gleek.
Wiz, stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
No, wait. His best direct strength feat was when he, moved some trash. About 50 metric tons of it.
I get it. Aquaman
the jokes
sucks.
write themselves, huh? Fun fact, Aquaman once enrolled in an American college under the name Mr. Waterman. So we're working with a pretty hefty IQ here, huh?
Okay, so he's lame, and arguably completely lame. I was convinced I'd find some crazy, insane Popeye punching out the animator feet somewhere, but no! He sucks! He actually sucks! His best feat is literally garbage.
I'll take over from here, Wiz. Aquaman is a bit of a joke, sure, but he's not completely useless. He's dodged laser beams, defeated a living Titanic by luring it into an iceberg, seriously, and beaten this water elemental Undine, who looks like a gorilla for some reason, by summoning seagulls to pelt her with clamshells. He once even outswam this Kryptonian pterodactyl monster, Rokan, who flew from the edge of the galaxy to Earth in about 15 seconds.
Wait, really? Okay, now we're talking. That'd be over 55 billion times the speed of light. And Aquaman's swimming clearly outmatched that. It doesn't matter if it looks lame.
You get one, buddy.
And hey, he could probably kick your ass, person that's watching at home, so that's something.
Well, not if he's on dry land. If he's out of the water for even 1 hour, he dies. Never mind, person watching at home, just hide for a bit, grab some lunch, and then stomp on his corpse.
But is raw power really what makes someone a hero? Or is it the drive to help others, to be of service, to sacrifice? That's what a hero is to me, and I'd say Aquaman's got as much of that as there are drops of water in the ocean.
He's about to die.
What in the world?
Yeah.
Alright.
The combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibility.
I'm sick with Aquaman.
One possibility.
It's time for
I want SpongeBob to win. Death battle. Here we go.
Mermaid Man! Wait a second, you're not Mermaid Man.
The name's Aquaman, evildoer.
Evildoer?
Yeah, sounds goofy.
I'm a hero.
I saved this city. There's only one real hero here, fiend. And he's a super friend.
You see, sir.
Oh no!
I'm a sea sponge, phylum porifera, and you can't just.
Ooh!
How about a little karate, Waterman?
It's
Okay.
Aquaman!
Ooh! Look at the side.
Of course. He's a sea creature. And as the king of the seas, he's mine to command.
Oh!
I wasn't just reaching out to you, Sponge. Let him have it, chums!
Why is he so goofy? Stop being so goofy.
Great Neptune!
Get a load of this, Seaman!
Damn it, it's
Oh. Oh, he sucked up the ocean.
Water powers fading. Is there nothing I could do? My man.
Wow.
I see it now.
Hey.
A multiverse of Aquaman. And out of all of them, I'm the lamest fucking one! I'm a ripoff. A joke. I'm no superhero.
People used to say
Oh,
the same
man.
kind of things about me. Goofball, wingnut, knucklehead McSpazatron. But every day, I get back up and say 2 words. I'm ready.
Oh.
May the best
pencil.
hero win.
All right. Oh, that's great. Oh. Oh. Oh
What?
no. He stabbed him.
The other side of the universe.
This is crazy, man.
I'll prove it to you. I'll be a real superhero.
Goofy Goober. Oh no!
Don't cry, Sponge. Let's be super.
Super friends.
KO! What is it with
Yep.
ridiculously OP nautical-themed cartoon characters on this show, Wiz?
This was an incredibly close fight. Gotcha!
Was it?
Obviously, Aquaman didn't have a snowball's
Okay.
chance in hell in defeating this little spongy bastich.
Where do we even start? With his bubbles and magic pencils, SpongeBob could basically do anything he wanted. There was no way Aquaman wouldn't get totally overwhelmed, especially with his much more limited arsenal. I can't think of a more lopsided matchup than someone whose main attack is throwing water against a sentient
I
sea
didn't think-
sponge.
Aquaman's
This would be
only
so
potential
lopsided.
option was his telepathy, but as we've covered, it's far less powerful than his comic counterpart. There's no reason to believe SpongeBob wouldn't just ignore Arthur's commands.
Even if it was straight up mind control, SpongeBob's Krabby Patties straight up cancel mind control.
And really, nothing Aquaman had could
that
overcome Bob's
Aquaman?
utterly
It
broken
looked like Aquaman.
regeneration.
The little yellow dude has survived being completely disintegrated into dust and even erased from reality. All Aquaman can do is punch kind of hard, and even that's basically useless against Bob's squishy body.
Maybe Aquaman could have found a way
Yeah.
to dehydrate SpongeBob enough to keep him permanently incapacitated, like when he and Patrick were trapped in Shell City.
But that would require the fight to take place out of the water, which messes Aquaman up way harder than it does SpongeBob. And it also require the fight doesn't instantly end up with SpongeBob karate chopping Aquaman at 10 shit zillion times the speed of light, splattering his atoms against Saturn. Cause yeah, remember when SpongeBob unraveled the universe? Considering the
No,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I need to do this one. This is fucking insane. Compared to SpongeBob's size, the string's width is about 192 micrometers. We can use that to find the volume of, say, 1 meter of string, and compare that to the volume of the entire observable universe. Considering it took SpongeBob about 5 seconds, he would have had to be pulling at 8.2 times 10 to the 78th power times faster than light.
That's as many
Whoa.
times faster than light as there are atoms in the universe.
This is the fastest calculable speed feat in our show's history. And it belongs to SpongeBob SquarePants!
But do you think he could take on comic book Aquaman?
Have you been listening to anything I've been saying?
Good point. Because let's not forget,
Of course I didn't
Yeah.
forget!
that string feat also destroyed the entire universe. And stuff like that is actually consistent.
SpongeBob is literally aware of the fourth wall and has rewritten the plot of his own story as he's living it. Screw the pencil or the bubbles.
All
He
right.
can just will whatever he wants into existence from his imagination. He's a god.
It's insane.
A yellow, spongy god of death.
And that's why he beats Goku.
At least Arthur finally got to be a real hero. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, sure, whatever, pal. He's dead. Too bad for the King of the Seas. That sure was one sweet victory.
The winner is SpongeBob SquarePants, our god. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be jumping into the next matchup.
Alright, that was an entertaining death battle. Somewhere during the middle, I knew Aquaman didn't stand a chance against SpongeBob. SpongeBob's feats reminded me of Popeye. I watched the Popeye versus One Punch Man reaction, so that's what I was reminded of. Serious question, is SpongeBob SquarePants worth reacting to? Let me know in the comments. What do you think about this death battle? Like, share, subscribe. Take it easy.